maker.
Pony Martin. I don't even have any sounds. What's happening?
Is this thing working? I don't know. Can anybody hear me? All the world is gay. No one cares. No one cares. I don't know. Make a tweet about it. Probably. Well, I got a tweet that this thing is actually happening.
So wait, did your stream open with you saying, Tony, no, not the
Tony!
Tony, no more Shrek!
I need a beer.
I'm not sure if I like Coors Light.
I can finish it.
No.
There's people.
It's shitty.
Welcome
beer.
to the basement bar. We just got a tweet that we're actually doing this. Oh, by how's the volume? Can you hear us or something like that?
Yeehaw.
RCR Fancy Studio.
Yeah, like I gotta do this more often.
What,
What
basement
are you
bar stream?
cracking?
I'm throwing my
Oh.
measuring tools all over
Do you
the
want
place.
more light? We can make more light.
Yeah, they're fine. See,
They're
if I turn it there, it gets brighter. Actually,
Whoa.
well, where's my thing? Max is dumb. See, now it's not.
Oh, okay. It was because you were on.
Hunter
Airplane.
Aman just says, hello, homies. Hello. Welcome. You're going to be with us for a little bit, for a while. We'll drink. We'll ask any questions you want. They're not in costume, but Adler, the Eagle, Blazen, the Dragon, and a bunch of people off camera. 2 other people. And so this is what we're doing because it's Thursday.
Is this a Thursday thing?
Yeah.
It is now.
Um,
Stool. I got more stools in the back.
I can actually say that I'm doing this and tweet it
Yeah.
because I'm a professional. How much brown have you guys done tonight? I had an entire faux bowl. That's pretty brown.
I mean, I just made a brown upstairs.
How do I share from my phone? I don't know how to do it on the thing. You guys, can you just go there to share? Twitter. Go to Twitter there. Okay. Drinks with you. Drinks with you. Oh, come on. Drinks with. Come on. Drinks with you.
Drinks with cum.
Drinks with cum. You
Like, cum
sack.
bag.
What there? Whatever. Sack what? Yeah, I'm tweeting that. You can just see it on me, or I'll send it to you in Telegram or something like that, and then like retweet it, whatever. No thanks. I don't want YouTube Premium.
Why not?
Because I'm premium. I got your premium right here.
Drinks with yo, you,
Yo.
sack, what?
Yeah, there it is. Okay, Eric asks, how excited are you for the New Yorker thing? What New Yorker thing? What are you
It's
talking?
like,
Oh, you mean?
oh, you can't pocket it.
Oh, you mean like?
New York.
Is this like? Yeah, it's in focus, right? Yeah. I think the thing is focusing on the computer.
Oh, score.
Whatever. So yes, yes, I am excited about being featured in New Yorker magazine. That is a nice highbrow thing to have. You know, no money comes of it, but hey, you know, it's credits, and I am talking to my buddy Jim Shulman, who knows a bunch of literary agents. So I'm gonna see if I can find an agent to work on my first book. And it's probably just going to be called Boring Cars. I want to make one of those car books that everybody just puts on like desks.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like big book of cars, but it's just going to be shit boxes. And it's sort of be like half the things I normally, you know, stuff I can't really say if I want to get paid on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think I have multiple of those big well, not shitbox books, but like those like coffee table books.
Yeah.
The one upstairs is like the entire history of Cedar Point. It was written by a man with one eye. Fun fact.
Okay.
That's it.
How did that help him like roller coasters?
I think it just made his perception really bad, so it didn't feel like he was going as fast or as high.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ever had Appalachian sipping cream?
Sipping cream.
Mm-hmm.
No, what's that?
You have to sip it out of this stupid little sippy cup, but we got it in Gatlinburg. It's butter pecan. It's really thick. It tastes like weird milk.
It feels like something that you'd actually like.
Okay, I get it.
You would put it with coffee.
Yeah, get it.
It's your good substitute for Bailey's if you're like, no, I don't want
gotcha.
Irish
But they
cream.
sell you this lid to go with it. I really enjoy the idea of a bunch of people from Tennessee being like, "Oh man, I just love my sipping cream." And just drink it out of this sippy cup at parties.
Are you supposed to like? Is that like a bar thing? You're supposed to like shake it into
No.
a drink from that? Or-
No, this is just the trashy thing we do.
Oh,
It's just like, all right,
Not
just
saying
drink it
that
straight
people
from the
from
thing.
Tennessee are trashy.
okay.
It's just we're trashy.
What beer do you recommend for tonight? Get started.
We got.
Do you want a beer or do you want a cocktail?
Yeah, I was saying I can do
You're at the
cocktails.
bar. I mean, there's
Okay.
a bunch of crap.
Yeah, I got all the options.
Do you have any olives?
No, I don't. I will say the only gin I have, because I know you're a gin guy, it's New Amsterdam.
Amsterdam's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I almost had 3 gin and tonics on the plane
Here.
because they just kept. I think I'm ginned out.
Oh, you're ginned out.
Like
Oh.
unless it was a gin martini, I'm like I don't think I'm gonna do.
Do you want Coors Light or Bud Light?
Do you like
So
whiskey?
That's the 2 beers we've got.
I do like whiskey.
Okay. All right. We got options. Hold on. Oh, so we're gonna pull out some strong balls here for you. We got this.
Hey, when's the drawing for the Cadillac? The drawing for the Caddy occurs not this coming Wednesday. Actually, yes, it is this coming Wednesday. The drawing is handled by an independent company because that's the law. And as soon as I know, I'll post it. I do know who won the Audi S4, but you can also it automatically posts on whynotyogear.com, so you can go there and check it out. But I should make a post about the guy who won the Audi S4, just to post it on like social media and stuff like that. Real News TV just says my wife left me. I think he's just saying shit, or maybe he's not.
I mean, she could be going to the grocery store too.
True.
All right. You got 4 to choose from.
Wow.
Okay.
Here. 2 of them are local, 2 are not.
I've heard of this.
This is my brother's favorite, so that's why I have that.
Okay. And
This is my favorite non-local pick right now.
okay.
These are my 2 favorite locals. This is by an old man. He's about like 89 years old.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is every time we go in there, he just shoots the shit with us all the time.
Yeah.
So he's just a nice old man. We met his wife too, and she is also the same way versus New Riff here. It's part of Bourbon Trail, and it's
Okay.
just across the river.
All right. So which is the local one?
They're both local,
Okay.
but this one's like 5 minutes down the road.
Okay.
Yo, real quick. Paul says next hams is on me.
Oh,
I love hams. It's my favorite shitty beer.
Hams. Oh no. Hams.
Hams.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I think there's a ham sign here.
Yeah, I got,
That's what it
a
is.
ham sign on my
I
wall.
love hams.
I'm a little distraught. I don't have hams at my bar right now, but our Dry-V doesn't have hams.
Do you guys have Dry-Vs?
Is that the one where you just drive your car in?
Yeah.
No, we have distributors. I mean, maybe there's some drive-through ones. I think we have a drive-up one in Kutztown, but
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
I mean, here it's like
Oh,
you
that's
drive
nice.
into the building.
May I have a seltzer to go with this?
Yes.
You wanna? Actually, no.
There should be
you
just
can't.
there might be just a regular soda water too if you want. Are you wanting a flavored seltzer or you just want?
Keeber 804 says another congratulations on the New Yorker. Thank you. Buttfucker says, hey, when's the drawing for the Cadillac? Okay, I just answered that question.
Rewind.
So yeah, I think that's. Oh, there's next ham is on me. Love you. Hams, like for me, I can only do hams if I'm hiking, really. If I'm
Okay.
doing some sort of activity where I just sweat it right out of me,
Yeah.
like except for the one that I had at Flappy New Year, which I didn't know was the glue one. That someone was using that unopened can of hams to rest a glue gun on.
Yep.
I didn't even notice because I'm just being your camera guy.
Right.
And then I gave it to what's his face with the thin rim glasses and goes,
Oh, Gamble.
Yeah. But the great thing about that bit was he goes, ew, this is the glue one, and then keeps drinking it.
That's
He's the one that got us the ham
Yeah.
sign because
Hell yeah.
he was the one
introduced us
that
to hams.
yeah, he's the advocate for hams. I'd say if you need a representative to tell you why you need hams over any other shitty beer, Gamble's the man you got to go to.
We can't get it here. Sorry, go ahead.
No, hams is like,
I love it.
it gives me a headache because it's back sweetened to like make it legit.
To make it tolerable.
Hank Scorpio says, any luck in finding a Chrysler K car to review? Like technically we did two. We did the Plymouth Reliant K wagon, and there was like a Dodge or like a Plymouth Horizon hatchback that we did at Mopar Nationals at Carlisle at the fairgrounds that had 5,000 miles on it. And was pristine. So we've already done two. I've done the K car. That was my unicorn. I did that. The one I'm looking for now is the Dodge Neon ACR, American Club Racer, or as a backronym. It wasn't called that, but people called it the ACR. This is some dumb car shit. See, I'm the only car person here. So now I got to like translate what this fucking thing means. So Dodge made a first gen Neon that was sold specifically for club and amateur racing.
Okay.
It had the shittiest interior, no power windows. Some of them didn't even come with air conditioning. And all it was a base car, but it had the best engine and best suspension.
Okay.
The idea that you would strip the interior out for racing anyway.
The Hello Kitty translucent Dreamcast.
What was that?
It was a Dreamcast that they made that had Hello Kitty on it, but it was the only translucent Dreamcast that they made that was like readily available. And everybody at that time wanted like see-through, like the Nintendo 64 controllers. So I think it was that kind of. At least that's what I'm going to compare it to.
Seems close enough.
Everybody wants one.
It's super weird that the only thing that's in focus is the laptop. That thing can't have. It has to have like a fake depth field, or I don't know.
That's not the greatest webcam of all time. It's one I used to see my lizard.
Yeah. Oh wait, that is Lizzo cam.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Okay.
Does anybody right here?
Drexov, heck
Eagle
yeah.
Owl?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Drexov.
we know Drexov.
Yeah.
Where you know him from?
Patron.
Oh, nice.
Patron.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss Nick having being on these things too. It's that Nick moved to a town further away from me.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So yeah, he used to live like half hour, maybe 40 minutes away.
Right.
And now he moved in with his he moved into his girlfriend's condo, and now he's like an hour and a half away.
Oh, hell
So
yeah.
we still see each other like twice a week.
Right.
One day to film, and then the other day to go to the coffee shop and write.
Right.
And this is fun. But normally when we do the podcast, we do it after writing, and it's like in the middle of the day. And
okay.
I'm coming down off the coffee,
Yeah.
and it's kind of tough to get the energy up.
Mm-hmm.
So lately the podcasts have been at night, and mostly it's been with Ben McElwee on like a Friday when he's done work. And because of Ben's job, I haven't paid for a drink in a year and a half.
Right.
I told you what he does, right?
I think so. I think you did.
Well, I guess he works for Boston Beer, aka Sam Adams.
Yes.
So,
okay.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So he just comes up, we're gonna drink this, and I can't drink with this guy. I'll have two beverages because it's his job to know, and it's weird stuff. Like I think he has like a business card that as long as he orders like a Boston Beer branded or anything that they make at a bar, it's
Oh, because it's technically like product quality management.
I don't know. It's something.
That sounds accurate.
Yeah. No. So there's no disrespect to missing Nick Roman. We'll do another one. It's Maddow. Wouldn't be a podcast without you. I don't know how much beer 31 Australian dollars get, but have what would buy about half a slab, half a case here.
We're gonna find out what the equivalent is.
I'm thinking it's like $25.
Said Australian.
Yeah. What video did you see? Lamborghinis. That was me doing myself when I thought the Dodge Viper was the greatest car in the world. So yes, it's the Dodge Viper SRT10 review. Blaine Ganter doesn't have a question, but thank you for your donations. And you miss Nick. We all miss Nick. And we were just hanging out like literally yesterday. So, and writing the review that I recorded here a few hours ago, which Foster appears in briefly.
I do.
And also, like, I'm not going to cut out the laughter. It's going to be there.
Yeah.
I was like, in the video, it's just going to stop. I was just busting laughing up. Dodge Viper, again, thank you. Yeah, that was classic. Hey, RCR, are you guys doing car questions or just bullshitting? Ask us whatever.
I'm bullshitting.
But yeah, that's what we're doing. Thoughts on a Crown Victoria as a first car like early 2000s era? Fantastic. Crown Victoria is good. You're never going to get good gas mileage, but they made so many of them. Parts are cheap. You're going to look like an old man driving around. Don't buy the P71 Police Interceptor. Don't buy a used cop car. They're all shit.
Yeah, no.
Oh, this one was a detective's car. It was there. No, they're all used to hell. And really what you should be buying is the Lincoln Town car. It's the same platform, same 4.6 modular engine, and you're going to cruise. It's going to have all the extra stuff. It's going to be fantastic. Air suspension in the rear is probably going to destroy itself. But you want as new as they can. It's Maddow says, yeah, I'm notorious. I'm just around all the time. Mouse Fitzgerald says, I want Daddy Roman, Father Roman, and Mother Regular reading me stories about Robert McNamara. Nice. Question for Adler. What are your thoughts on the current state of animation software, libraries optimization for modern AMD computers?
Are they talking about like the Threadripper and like?
Yeah, they said, are you going to get a Threadripper instead?
I would love to get a Thread. I have no reason to get a Threadripper. The only reason I'd be getting a Threadripper is kind of like the car equivalent of getting something with probably a V8 in it.
Well, that's a lot of things.
Right, and there's a lot of reasons, but
well, there are V8s and there are V8s and then there are V8s. You can have a V8 that makes 150 horsepower if you want, or you could have one that makes 1,000. So I'm guessing you like, do I need something crazy and overpowered, like say the Himbo car?
Yes. That's what I was thinking. So, but I mean, I probably won't get a Threadripper, but I'm glad. I think the short answer is I think it's amazing what people can do with their own one computer now. Like the guy who did the Rhino and the Red Bill did all of that animation by himself on his own computer.
That's amazing.
Which like is like Pixar short film. Yeah. Like from the 2000s era. Yeah. By one person. Yeah. In one house. Yeah. That's nuts.
I watched that and like, yeah, this could be like a feature thing on Cartoon Network.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I like the pacing too. It's not like joke setup, ball hit, crotch humor. It's like, oh, there's something going on here.
Right. It's awesome.
Would you ever review a Hyundai Accent? Sure. Boris T.S. Karloff, wouldn't be a podcast without you. I'm stuck at work. Have a drink for me, boys. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, Boris. Thanks for sticking with us for like years and years and years. Jack Parker says, Mr. Regular, I got a ZZW30 after watching your review maybe 4 years before. Great car, but you should definitely try to find a 2ZZ one since the car fuck that. See, I like a lot of what Toyota does, but the 2ZZ engine makes power at like 8,000 RPM. So it's only applicable, and also the gears are too long. Like when people who do the 2ZZ swap into the 3rd generation MR2, what you have is a car that makes horsepower for a very brief second, and now you have to shift into the next gear, and now you're out of the power band again. The 2ZZ is a fantastic engine when it's in the Lotus Elise with the Yamaha developed head. What's a good a 2ZZ engine versus the 1ZZ, which is in pretty much everything, including Toyota Corollas, is, let's see, what's an equivalent of something that's enjoyable only for it's like, I don't know, Fruit Stripes gum. The flavor lasts 10 minutes. No? That's not a fan.
Tony thought that one was funny.
I feel like that's the equivalent of just vodka in general. You're just like, yes, this is doing the job. I regret this.
Yeah, just
immediately.
like some basic. She's 21 years old and just orders straight vodka.
I'm
gonna drink vodka.
Oh my gosh! I just get like, is it passion fruit vodka? Oh my god, that was my favorite. I drank the whole thing and threw up. But I had so much fun.
They're the ones who get they get passion fruit rum, thinking the rum is gonna be passion fruit flavored, and it's the juice. They don't realize that it's gonna be straight up alcohol the whole time.
Yeah. My 2006 Vibe hits lift at 6,800 RPM. Yeah. It's like way up in the top of the rev range. Bob Saget. You ever, guys, somebody asked, is Australia opening up? That means you want to go. We were just talking about Australia.
We were just talking about that.
They want Pride and Prejudice for you to get in. That's how long you have to fill out a million different forms. I don't know. We're just going to let it ride, and I'll worry about that in 2023.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting fucked by taxes this year because I was so successful last year. So now I get to pay up. So there's not going to be as many trips, and I don't know if I'm even going to do the Rust Belt Rambler this year. It may just be fun trips out to here if I can, but I also So I keep thinking about this and the perfect car for the Cincinnati run, because I was talking to Greg International, who is, I also rent a house. I rent my house from the guy I met at the airport because he's a captain for American.
Yes.
He was a senior when I was in 8th grade. So although we're never in the same high school, we know all pretty much the same people from band.
Yeah.
So he's a captain now for American Airlines. And we were talking about this doesn't make sense because he was coming home from work. He was flying. He flies, I think, an Airbus A321 now. So he was coming, it's 9 o'clock in the morning and we're at Philly Airport. And I'm there in front of my gate. And I'm I didn't even notice him at first because I'm on my phone and I have my cans on. And I look at him and he goes, "Hey, Brian." I'm like, "Greg?" So he's out of uniform. He's got his crew bag. So he was working the day before. So he got up at about 1:00 in the morning to get to Deadhead from Nashville back to Philly so he can get in his car and drive home that morning. So he says, I got 5 hours to sleep at 7. I hope he got a seat. He didn't have to ride in the jump seat.
Right.
And we were talking about, I'm flying to Cincinnati, and we were kind of going back and forth. And it's Greg's cutoff is if it's more than 8 hours, he will try to find a flight.
Right.
But Cincy, it's a straight shot. It's 9 hours from our town. It's so weird. With me flying, I was up at 5 this morning. So, because who knows what the Philly traffic is.
Right.
So I can get to the airport. Now, I had a fantastic time in the Admiral's Lounge. They had complimentary avocado and lox. They just wheeled a card out, and it's you got to fly with me. We'll do the flash the black card. We go all in. You get in the nice, quiet part of the airport. There's no crying children. It's be sophisticated. I wear my shirt, wear my tie. There is a bar. There is complimentary beverages, but it's just Bud Light. But if you want to order a drink, then something fancy, I have a mimosa in the morning, you got to pay for. It's probably $7.
Right.
That's what Tony Airlines likes.
I had the laugh at the something fancy like a mimosa.
Okay, all right, Donovan.
I-
It's 8 in the morning and you're at the airport. What are you drinking? And
Probably-
please don't say Bloody
Oh.
Mary, because that's what everybody does. Unless that was going to be it.
I won't say a word then.
Do you like a Bloody Mary?
Mm-hmm.
I like a Bloody Mary.
Yeah, get it with effing cucumber vodka like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like top notch, super good.
All right.
Bring out the cucumber flavor in a Bloody
Okay,
Mary.
I wanted to
Love
read this
that.
comment really quick.
All right.
It was up here. It was by the one Kia, and it says AMD Threadripper, the official CPU of that guy who daily drives a twin turbo Viper, which is exactly perfect.
Twin turbo Vipers never came with forced induction. No turbos, no blowers.
Right.
Kenny Bell made a blower. You put a blower on your Viper, you're talking about 1,100 horsepower in a car that's fucking dangerous
Yep.
without one. And there have been twin turbo setups. I mean, a Dodge Viper isn't a V8. It's the V10.
Yes.
10 cylinders.
Yes.
And what was my line? Like, I got into my first time driving a Viper. It felt like I built it. They're not.
Sorry.
They're
I have an ugly
janky
laugh.
vehicles.
I remember the review, and you said it was like driving on ice too. Like it was like scary. Like you were like it
Yeah,
felt
even
like you
with
were
wide
flying out of
tires,
the road.
it's-
Yeah.
Even though like our giveaway car, this current giveaway car, the Cadillac, it makes more power than the Viper.
Right.
The Viper, like the Cadillac's 420 or 440. The
Nice.
Vipers is just plain old 400. Ooh, but
Ooh.
still, the Viper is made out of like the plastic they made Mad Catz controllers out of. It's so thin and
Yeah.
cheap,
Yep.
and so yeah, I mean it's lightweight. It's like you know who drinking too much drinks here and
I'll drink to that one.
Sloppy.
Sloppy is the word.
We got a bunch of super chats here. So stuck at work. Nico asks, "How are you liking the 4Runner?" 4Runner's freaking fantastic. Greatest car, game of the year, 10 out of 10. The 4Runner, the 3rd gen, best gen. Now, okay, it has some issues. Whoever had my truck before me really loved using their wipers and really liked never changing them. And it's like the person who cleans their windshield by just running their wipers. So, your windshield's all dirty. It's got like dust and road grime on it. And then you turn your wipers on. Well, that rubber blade is just shoving dirt into your glass.
Right.
So they scored the whole windshield so that when you see lights coming at them, you get this vertical starburst, like it's a J.J. Abrams film coming right at you. It's dumb. So I've been using different polishes. It doesn't matter. My inspection's up in October, so I'll just have a glass shop just put a new windshield in. But until then, I'm going to experiment trying to get all those stuff out. People have been saying it's something serum oxate. Is a chemical that you can just buy on Amazon. Oh, cerium oxate. That's what it is. Cerium is the metal that's in the it's in flint in like a lighter.
Oh,
But once
gotcha.
it burns, it becomes cerium oxate, which is a very fine powder, which you can use to polish glass. Jewelers use it to polish like expensive watches and stuff. So
Oh.
it's very, very fine, and you can, I guess, polish glass with it. So when I get home from this, I'll add it to my. But you can buy like a jar of it for like $10 on Amazon. So it's like this like glass polish. You have to mix it with water and make it to slime,
Yeah.
and then you just polish, and you have to keep it wet, and
Right.
then
Otherwise, it probably just turns back into like a powder.
and then probably scratches too much or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the experiment when I get back. But other than that, 4Runner, I drove it to the airport. The 4Runner does everything really well except for going fast and being good on gas. Like
Yeah.
people have heard me, a Toyota 4Runner will run and run and run and fantastic. But if you drive it really, really carefully, you'll get 18 miles per gallon. If you drive like an Ash, you get 16. So just drive however.
Sounds like
Right.
you're describing my car right now.
This is
The
really
Ford
bad.
Escape.
Your Ford Escape. Tell me
Yeah.
about your Ford Escape.
You know,
I'm like neither beer.
I'll say.
No.
What's our? You good?
This is too much whiskey.
Why did I drink it like water?
That's what I was wondering. I was like, wow, you're going for it.
Whoa!
I bet you feel the burn now.
Woo! Limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun.
No.
All right,
Ford is-
all right. Let me.
Ford
I'm gonna drink another one of this
Yeah,
because that
you
was.
do it.
I drank like half of that. I wasn't even. I'm sorry. That was really good whiskey, and I drank it too fast. Now I'm gonna be sad. Can I have some milk?
Milk?
Do we
That's probably
have-
really bad. Like,
No, we have milk. I think
I don't know.
we have oat milk. It's not real milk.
it burned my whole throat, which is what I deserve. Why did I just drink it like
I
that?
mean, you can
I
have
don't know.
some unaged whiskey with
No,
it.
no alcohol after that. I'm gonna be swaying in about 10 minutes after that.
Yeah,
Because you gave me a good pour of that.
I gave you a good pour. I was about 1.5 ounces in that.
Goddamn, son. How are you liking the 4Runner? 4Runner is great. I would recommend it to you guys if you could make like half of this is to find a car solution in 2023 for you guys.
Right.
You're keeping your Escape running, right?
Yeah.
What is it doing right now?
What is this? So what's it doing right now?
Yeah.
I mean, the issues with it only are, its brake line broke a couple months ago. Got that fixed.
Okay.
I'd say the only real issue that the last inspection shown was that the oil gasket is leaking.
So which oil gasket?
They said they don't know yet. They just said work on one and then we'll figure it out if it was that one or not. So I didn't pay for the fixing of it.
Okay. So we just need to find out. Does it leak oil when it's parked? Does it mark
No.
its territory?
No, it doesn't.
No,
mark
it doesn't.
its territory.
It's
Okay.
only when it's running.
So that I think rules out the oil pan gasket. It could be valve cover gasket. That's at the very top.
Yeah, that could be it because that's where they found most of the leaking at. So they cleaned it.
So I can't remember if a Ford Escape is transverse or longitudinally mounted engine. You can go out there and look at it.
Sorry,
If it's transverse, if it's transversely, it means your engine is sitting sideways. So you have a bank of cylinders in the front because you have the V6. This run the Duratec,
Yeah.
Ford Duratec V6, and then you have a bank of cylinders in the back, which are a bitch to get to. Sorry for using hard B, but they are.
It's fine.
Sorry, thank you. And then, but if it's longitudinal, it has to be transverse.
I'd say my
But
solution
then
right
it
now
looks
is
like you'd
just
have a
fill it.
transmission.
I just
keep-
fill
yeah.
the oil. It's like pay $600 or pay $2 for a thing of oil.
How often do you have to put oil in it?
Not often.
How often? How many a month? Once a month?
Probably once a month, honestly.
How much do you have to put in?
Half a bottle, so like
Half a quart.
quart,
Ah,
yeah.
that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
it's like $600 to fix that. Yeah, nah.
No.
I'd rather just pay for the oil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Imperator Zor says soon cars will be able to detect what road you are on, and no, they won't. That's like a logistic issue, and they won't exceed 100 kilometers an hour, aka 62 miles an hour. All right, you sound like my barber.
I feel like this goes into the question of self-driving cars too.
Oh, my barber loves to talk about self-driving cars.
I don't think that'll ever happen.
He's
Like,
like,
I don't think
they
it'll
should.
take off.
When are they gonna outlaw this? I'm like, I don't know, friggin' Frank. yes.
Yeah. We're gonna outlaw the. I can't wait until there's self-driving cars. Here, let me get out my harmonica.
Dude, Frank
Appalachian truck.
Frank is amazing. You ought to just, I will pay for a haircut for you to just hang out at Frank's barbershop, getting his hair. Did he tell you that getting your haircut at Frank's may take a half an hour?
Yes.
Because he's going to talk to other people. He's going to play his harmonica or banjo.
Oh,
or
shit, yeah. Okay, now I know who you're talking about.
He's 71 years old. He's like, I cut hair. I've been around the world, and every day is the greatest day. And like, he's super. I want to be that grounded as a man in his 70s.
You know who I feel like will become like him?
Mm.
I feel like Tony will become like him. He'll be cutting hair one day, and he'll go, "Hey, you want to hear this part that I played back in back when I marched the Mandarins?"
Gets out a tuba and just rips it.
Dude, I could go ask Frank, and like on Fridays is like when people play music in Port Clinton barbershop, and we should just come in with instruments, and Frank will be just, well, come on in.
Is he the one who?
You want to buy some silver?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Is he the one who's constantly trying to
get you
silver?
One of these days I'll come in there with
That's
something.
also you.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
you
would
buy-
be you.
Yeah,
You would.
this guy has like silver bullion and like different bits, like right there in the barbershop selling silver and coins and all this.
You're
I'm
on
gonna-
the path.
I'm gonna buy silver from Frank. And it's like if I can mount it nicely on the wall,
Yeah.
and just have a little bar of silver, just like that'd be a nice conversation piece.
Right.
Pay for
Uh-huh.
that.
I got that from my barber. He plays harmonica for
Yeah.
me after he cuts my hair.
I keep my silver in a planter tin.
Oh my
Nice.
God.
Case White says, "Hey gentlemen," and thank you for your donation. "Hey gentlemen, hope you are well. It's been a bit since I last turned in. Sad that my third Gen 4 runner has Uncle Rodney. Oh man. And my 85 Celica has a blown differential. Well, blown diff is not too bad. Uncle Rodney is a problem.
Who's Rodney?
Uncle
Who's
Rodney.
Uncle Rodney.
Well, when Uncle Rodney comes to town, that means you
It's
either
rusted
broke
out?
either broke a connecting rod,
Oh.
or you have it could be you have a
Rod.
Spunberry connecting
Rods.
rod. Yeah, Uncle
Okay.
Rodney. Uncle Rodney's come knocking because that's the sound your engine makes. Dunk, 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 dunk.
I think Uncle Rodney's been visiting Tony.
Nah, he's got like a bent valve stem or something like
Okay.
that, or whatever that your one valve is, or just blown, or something just blew by it and there's like a hole in the valve and there's just zero compression. And that's
I so badly want you to ride in his car.
Oh,
That, like, I can imagine your face the whole time.
Well,
You'll
he's
just
from
be
Pennsylvania, and they have to
concerned.
have emissions tests and do all this safety. Whereas here in Ohio, it's like, I got 4 wheels to go down the road.
They literally go like, "Hey, we're gonna do a vehicle inspection." I was like, "Oh shit, okay." And they're like, "What's the VIN?" I was like, "It's this." They go, "All right, cool. Your vehicle's there."
Yeah,
Oh,
never did the
okay.
inspection. I
Yeah,
guess
they're literally just like, "Yep, that's a vehicle. You're good to go."
So thank you, Kyle Wace. Seth says, why does my cat make squeak noise when I'm slow?
I'm assuming it's why does my car make squeak noises when I drive slow?
Nah, I think he's talking about a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe it is cat.
yeah, maybe the cat's like right behind him. just
There's this really cool thing.
meowing.
It's called a vet, and you can take your cat there,
Yeah,
and they can tell you what's wrong with your cat.
That's probably what it is.
You might have to do a firmware update.
What's going on is like if you have a truck or an older car, your trailing arm bearings are worn and they're just squeaking against the metal, or generally your suspension stuff that as you go over bumps and stuff. It's just rubber that's become hard and brittle. It's
Oh.
like, whatever.
Right.
Typically, it costs less to just buy new suspension components if it's that than having those bearings pressed out. If it's like simple stuff, You can, if you feel like crawling under a car, it's like AT205 reseal. You put that in a spray bottle and spray it on rubber, it swells it up and like some kind of fills in cracks. And that's like a kind of ghetto way to make rubber swell up. So you can try that. Good question. Seth doesn't have a question. Oh, right. You corrected yourself and gave me another super chat. Okay, car.
Car.
Blaine Greer says, English professor. Yes, I was one at one point. I could have been called a professor, even though I can't be called a doctor. I only have a master's degree in the doctoral. Would you talk to one of my classes to show them you could make money telling drinking and dirty jokes? Hell yeah. It's called being marketable and having hustle. And yeah, like you can be funny. It's like skating the line between the environment right now is changing because there's jokes I'd like to make, but you're worried about how they're going to land.
Right.
Which is why I want to write the book.
Right.
Like we were talking about the thing. Well, I mean, in live streams, I can say it.
Right.
Because like the idea with the Cadillac, there was a scene in the Cadillac that I wanted to do is just like me doing burnouts in like a parking lot. I could probably actually talk to Bruce Hen. He would probably let me rip burnouts in his parking lot of his garage, or it's like his shop, because he does it. And just like do burnouts and the camera just zooms in. It's like doing burnouts in a Cadillac. And I'm gay. Yeah, I don't know if you can really teach funny. It's super weird. But yeah, I totally talked about, hey, this stuff about, getting good at forming ideas and making a narrative, you can make a living off this. Like both of us are doing that exact same thing. So English classes, yes, they do pay off. And also you can read your own contracts, which kicks ass. Sean Brewer, thank you for the donation. Sean says, vodka is for the girl who says she loves drinking, but then she spends a whole night taking shots, holding her nose with a disgusted look on her face.
Yeah.
Wow. I know that girl.
Yeah?
Oh my gosh. That was Mary. That was Mary.
Sister Christian.
Sister Christian is what we called her in college.
Yeah.
Yes. In college, I was part of a run club. It was Ball State Runners Association.
Chirp.
My brother used to be the president there, and I joined because I was like, I knew this is a fun club to be a part of. It was basically being in a fraternity, but not having to pay the hundreds of thousands of dollars that you have to pay for.
Oh, yeah.
There's this girl who just couldn't hold her alcohol. Is the kind of the end of the story. But she was just I came back. I worked at Starbucks at the time, and they were having like a house party. And I came back, and she was throwing up in my flowers
outside the house.
I specifically planted
in the mint,
which I use every for mojitos and stuff. And she threw up in my mint, and she was like barfing her guts out. And I remember just looking at her and said, "Mary." And she goes, "Yeah." I looked at her and I squatted down. And I said, "I'm not getting you any water." And then I went inside because I was pissed. How am I supposed to eat my mint now? Knowing Mary threw up in it. It's being
Sister Christian tainting our mint.
Sister Christian, time has come.
There's some kind of story.
We called her Sister Christian. She was extremely religious and would tell us a lot of stories and stuff. And we were like, honey, you need Jesus more than any of us.
Yeah.
If you're throwing up in my mint bed over here.
What was the story she told you?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
She did one of those
I did one of these. I'm watching you talk about the story and it's not registering.
I knew this one girl freshman year in college, and it was one of those moments that just it didn't repeat itself, but it stood out. There was this one, kind of God Squad girl who lived in Lehigh Hall, Kusan University, the year 2000.
Yep.
And she just wanted to talk about Jesus all the time. And then this rumor circulated throughout the dorm, because the way our dorm was set up, it was sort of like the letter E. So on one side of the E, there was boys, and on the other side of the E, there were girls.
Okay, yeah.
The middle part of the E was just like a common room with a bunch of computers.
Like the laundry room, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and this is the fucking freshman rumors.
Yeah.
I'm so ready.
Let's just call her Mary. Yo, I saw Mary like walking away from the boys' end of the dorm like at 2:00 in the morning. After that, she was walking where I swear to God, like she got fucked in the ass.
Oh my God.
But it doesn't count. But it doesn't count because it wasn't vaginal.
Right.
Yeah. So she just gets ass blasted every Friday.
Wow.
She was kind of like a horse girl, if you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Man,
Did she own horses, or was she just like, I really want a horse?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure she just liked them a lot.
Okay.
Have another seltzer.
Yeah.
And then after that, probably a beer.
Oh, I'm going beer.
Jake H, and we're probably going to wrap this up in a half an hour. Thanks for sticking with us. Thank you for doing this, mate. So if you have super chat questions, we'll finish this up in about a half an hour. Oh, that's right. I got to check Burnash's email if we can talk about the thing.
Oh yeah. Fernstemacher drinks hams, then busts.
Yo, I heard Tommy Fenster hams, and then he busts.
Like, does he just like jerk one off right there while drinking the hams?
Dude, I heard like he has his silly bands from middle school and he just wraps them. He uses them as a cock ring, but he does that so he doesn't bust.
Whoa.
I heard the school nurse had to take those silly bands off because he was having a problem, and he fucking busted in the nurse's office.
Oh no! What?
Did I tell you like a half it? Okay. Justin Burnash says I don't see why not. Just keep it vague. Okay.
Okay.
Keep it vague.
I told Foster. Did I tell you like part of the inspiration for Tommy Fenstermacher?
Partially. I think he told me partially, but I don't think it's
because like
me at this very moment.
When I saw, I'm going to show you the picture.
Yes.
When I saw this guy, and
half of it is
like me imagining
every sloppy guy here.
Every time this guy came near, because I'm from the old mean internet, and if someone sets themselves up for this kind of joke, oh come on. I don't freaking have anyway. The moment's lost. It's fucking Natty Eyes, and
gotcha.
So every time he came around the
freaking
table,
yes!
It was Natty Light guy.
Natty
Oh
Light.
my God.
So every time Natty Light came around the freaking table,
Yes.
I just
pink hair guy.
Natty Light.
Atler.
You remember?
Don't worry about it.
You remember Natty Light?
No, he wasn't for there for.
Yeah, he knows Natty Light. Yeah.
So it was everything. Because thank you for taking me to the bar after that. Because I'm like
Yes.
down like this, trying to like disassociate from the moment. Other than looking like that, I just wanted to turn to him and say like, did you just cut off the short bus or something like that? Or like something really mean that someone would say in like 99 or 2000.
Right.
Or just like, yo, I heard you weren't allowed to chew bubble gum in school because you shoved it up your ass. Like,
yo,
your mom drive you here?
Was small.
Dude, I heard your boner is like 3 inches.
Dude, I
heard you jerk. Dude, I heard you sound yourself with chopsticks.
Dude, I heard the only reason you wear shorts in the shower is because you'll pop a boner.
Hey, yes, that's good.
Dude, I heard you fucked your Teddy Ruxpin right in his cassette deck.
Dude, I heard you wore 2 left shoes to school yesterday. Dude, I heard the vice principal. Dude, I heard you got caught jerking off to Peppa Pig in the library. Jake H says, "Have you heard about the VW Porsche Carriers?" Yeah, Steph Schrader
talked about that. So there was like a container ship full of Porsches and BMWs that caught fire today in the Atlantic.
Whoa.
Yeah. Rip. So I hope it's like super high-end Porsches, not like Boxsters, which are actually kind of cool. So high-end stuff, I'm like, whatever. Maritime law says whoever finds it can claim the cargo. Whatever. Thank you, though. Andrew Palmer, there's a familiar face. They just put speed humps on my street, and I watched a super hit it at 35 miles an hour, rip the front splitter.
Oof.
Damn.
Yeah, big.
I should have known, man. I hope it was a 5th gen, because no one cares about that, and not a 4th gen that's actually worth something and cool. Because I have no real feelings toward the 5th gen. Toyota made a car that's pretty much a BMW.
Oh,
so,
got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like BMW. It's pretty much a BMW Z4,
right.
but they're calling it the new Toyota Supra because Toyota is now kind of done innovating. They
Right.
sort of stopped that in like 2000. Whenever like 04 is when they really kind of. I don't. This is me getting very passionate about certain things about Toyota because from about 1990 to 2004, they were angry. They wanted to be the best. So those eras of Toyotas are so damn good because they were trying to show up everybody.
Were they the Sega in the 90s?
Yeah. Sega in the 90s
Is
hard aggressive.
Yeah.
And for a
like,
brief moment.
Fuck Mario! Look at Sonic! We have Giga Blast
Yeah.
technology! Like
Blast processing.
the blast processing! Like
And for a brief moment, they could have done it.
right.
So Toyota, now imagine if they didn't fuck around with the Saturn or Sega CD.
Yep.
They
Yep.
put all development into the Dreamcast
Yep.
and beat Sony to the punch.
Yes.
Because like the
Yeah,
Dreamcast
yeah.
is kind of like a PlayStation 1.5.
Yes.
Yeah. It could have been something great
Yeah.
3 years earlier.
Yes.
It would have
Yeah.
been mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But
it would've been-
yeah.
Yeah.
But because they fucked around with the Saturn and the Sega CD and they tried to
32X and,
bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Bob says Brian and Frank live stream. There are some videos on like Frank the Barber. All he knows is Facebook because
Okay. Yes.
so that's what he
Yeah.
just posts. So there's some videos of him in some of my cars, but Frank I don't think would know to be on mic.
Oh yeah.
He'd be like this and talking.
He'd be like
and,
yeah.
Evan Paul says, greetings from Margaritaville in Hollywood, Florida. Have
Wow.
a drink on me,
Oh,
fellow nerds.
yeah.
Hey, thank you, Evan.
I could use a shitty margarita from them. God.
They're like the margarita town. They're
It's
like
it's
5
well, it's
o'clock
right about now in Florida. Even though I'm not a fan, now Florida is its own thing, really.
It exists.
I'm not a Florida person either. My sister lives there.
Yeah.
Mhm. It exists. It's.
I
a
went
port
I
for
went
a
to
reason.
Disney World. It was Disney World. It was all right. You know, when I was little, it was
Taking a
fun.
nap, so she's okay.
Yeah,
Man,
she's fine.
she would have come up here and like
She
punched you in the face,
Amazing.
Yeah,
and then like teabagged your dead body.
Ah.
I'm kind of the same way though.
The actual team, Ryan, thank you for your generous donation. If you haven't already, check out Andrew Callahan's from Channel 5 News. Oh, it's formerly All Gas No Brakes, who is at MFF.
I love all gas, no
I
brakes.
love all gas.
So
no
he
brakes.
started a new thing that's just called
What?
Channel 5. That's what it became.
God.
So that's him.
Hell yeah.
He interviews people that make Tommy Fenstermacher look tame. Glad to see you
Yes.
happy.
Literally,
Okay.
no, he literally reviewed. Well, he interviewed one. So you remember Gamble? The Gamble, he's the Hams advocate.
Yeah.
So he interviewed Gamble's roommate on one of his videos, and
Nice.
I absolutely loved that video.
Yeah.
'Cause
All Gas No Brakes is like peak pre-COVID. Like it
Yes.
pre before
Yes.
time. Yeah, it's
Yes.
fantastic.
Tony, are you just
Refresh.
watching squirrels?
We'll be done here in a little bit.
Gosh, damn it, Tony.
Okay. Paul, and please no more super chats. We're wrapping this up in 15 minutes. Please no more super chats. We're wrapping this up in 15 minutes. Paul Unsat says Tommy Fenstermacher drinks hams. and then he busts. I think you read that one
Yes,
already.
that was
Sorry,
too
I
good
saw,
not to
I saw that
read.
one. I was like, "Yep."
Seth says, all three of you, if you could each steal one of Jay Leno's cars and get away with it, which one would it be? These guys aren't too big of car people, so
I know Jay Leno has a bunch of cars.
I need
Yeah.
I need the one that's gonna be the most reliable, and I don't have to take to the mechanic all the time.
there is no car like that.
Oh shit! I'm probably gonna go in his house and steal his liquor. I don't know.
All right.
It's-
Does he have a classic Mini of any sort? Like
I'm
original?
sure he has an original.
I want
Mini,
one
yeah.
of those. I think it'd be fun. I know I couldn't ever get things for it or get it worked on. Or
We'll find you
anything.
one so you can drive it.
I just
drove
want to
them.
drive one.
They are.
I know.
They
the
are pretty
minis
damn fun.
Kind of suck and what I fucking love minis.
Mhm.
They're just.
We
little
gotta
angry golf
when it's
carts.
time for you to get a car, I want to be able to find something for you that you're still going to have to maintain, but it
Yes.
won't be as complicated as the BMW Mini and won't do that to you.
we
The
were.
thing is I'm pretty like I can follow stuff. Like if I know how to like work on stuff.
You blew a clutch in 80,000 miles. How'd you do that?
Do you want to know the real answer to this? Here on the RCR podcast,
That was definitely me.
he had to drive it for like a month
He is
in
teaching.
the snow.
He
here,
taught me how to do stick.
Oh, all right.
and he killed my
Never
clutch.
learned it. Yep.
Oh, okay.
It was definitely me.
So you just wrote it and wrote it down.
Yep.
All right, whatever.
And you know that hill right over there. It's like I got
so
there's
you-
the stop
yeah,
there's the stoplight
yeah.
on a like I would say
And a
25
turbocharged
degree.
car is not the best for learning that. You need a truck.
Yeah.
Just something that you can
It was
put.
bad.
I forget, like, there was something I was driving, even with that Mustang, you could put it into first gear,
And
just
just-
dump the clutch and it would take it.
Yeah, what?
You know, a big V8 engine, slow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yes.
All right.
Because I never owned a car that isn't a stick.
I will own up
And
to
I love
killing
it.
that clutch. That was definitely
Okay.
me.
I'm glad that we were able to do that here on the.
Oh, I will proudly say I killed the
Okay,
clutch.
yeah, whatever. Clutches come and clutches go.
Yep.
I was just like 80,000 miles. How the hell did. So if I were to steal one car, first of all, I wouldn't steal. I'd probably ask him. He'd let me drive it. He does have a correctly done Ford Falcon that was done better than mine. So I'd love to see his Ford Falcon and get under it and find out how that he has according to his video, Leno has a 1963 Falcon. Mine was a 1960. His had a 289 that was bored to 302 inches. Mine was 302 to begin with because my engine came out of like a T-Bird from like 92 or something like that. Anyway, so yeah, that's our answer. Bob, I heard Tommy Fenstermacher covers his mouth when he farts to be polite. Good one.
That is
Nib Knob says, I'm going to have a lot of free time this summer and we got an idea of buying a moped and fixing it up. It'd be like 600 pounds for a bike. So I don't know what the motorized bicycle laws are in the UK. If you're talking about a true moped, that means it has pedals. So it's pedal assist. Now we're going back to the 1970s with that. Gosh, I don't know what because all of our mopeds that exist in the United States happened around the oil crisis of the 1970s. So most of ours are Sears punch, like Sears department store was selling mopeds back then. It's a very strange sort of weird loophole in the same way as electrified bicycles and pedal assist bicycles can go like 30 miles an hour.
yeah.
It's the exact same thing, but with like a chainsaw engine attached to a bike in the
Gotcha.
70s. It's the same
Okay.
thing.
Cool.
So I don't know. I guess punch moped, but I don't know what was sold in the UK back then. I'd say just get your learner's license and just get a regular bike, honestly. But good question. Ferrari Fast 14 says, and thank you for the generous donation, you should pull up to Puerto Rico sometimes. It'd be good to support your channel. We were flirting with the idea of RCR Puerto Rico because Nick Roman is Puerto Rican.
Oh,
So we were a little bit concerned about fixers and security. It was a mild concern, but then COVID, so whatever. But at some point, I would like to go with Nick because he hasn't been back. I think he was to the island once in his life. So,
I've been.
yeah.
I have.
What do you thought? How was it?
So we went on. This is probably bad, but we went on a cruise out of there. But we were there for like 3 days before. My favorite thing was the frogs.
Yeah.
I love the coquille frogs.
Oh yeah.
What are they? What do they do?
They're just these little frogs, and they make this very specific sound. It sounds like they're saying their own little name.
Yeah.
But it's like super. I already love when I go to bed, I listen to nature sounds. Like I put on like a little CD, but I had this CD as a kid that was just 2 hours of the coquille frog sounds.
Yeah.
And to this day, if I put that on, I'm like,
Nice.
like I'm just out. But I learned about it from.
I want to go to Puerto Rico just because of like I took Spanish classes, like 4 years of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like Puerto Rico has a culture that I really want to learn about. I also want to try the food. I'm a big foodie. So like when it comes to like traveling, I'm like, I want to try authentic whatever you got.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the food I want to go for.
Tight.
Yeah.
Last question, and then we're going to wrap this up. Katie White says, planning to take my Celica when fixed to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, visit a friend. Would you be up to review it once it recommended to me? Fill out the form.
Yeah. I knew that answer.
Yeah.
Fill out that form.
I am booked until April, honestly, for filming because we have RCR Pacific Northwest coming up. And did you say you have Miller or just Bud?
We got Coors and Bud.
Bud. And
Bud Light. Not just Bud, just Bud Light.
I can't remember the last time I had Coors. So
try it?
Is that the Silver Bullet or is that Bud Light?
No, it's Coors is the silver. You probably want Coors.
I'm gonna say Coors is less. Coors is more shitty and like
give me a
no. It's Bud Light. Bud Light is considered the piss.
Let's have the chat pick.
I don't know. Should Brian? Yeah, just spam the
Bud?
regular chat. Is it Coors or Bud?
They're gonna choose Coors because Bud Light is just considered piss water. So they'd rather say drink the non-piss water.
So
Hams is the correct answer.
Yeah. Planning a
Okay, everybody said Coors.
Everybody said Coors. So
Did
would
I
you be
not
up to
tell
review
you?
the one? Just send me a thank you. Fill out the form, and if it comes up, yes. I mean, I think we only did two Celica T205 in New Zealand and the GTS. Although that was an automatic, we still didn't do the manual. So we have to talk about before we wrap up. We have to talk about the. Of all the Buds, I honestly did like Bud Light Lime. I think that's kind of.
I will agree. Bud Light Lime is a good.
It's good
summer beer.
It's good. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to talk about the thing.
Yes.
Can you talk about the thing? I got to pee like none other.
Yeah, I can talk about the
you
thing
too.
So on my channel, for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Adler the Eagle. My real boy name is Foster, though. But I do animated videos on my YouTube channel called Adler the Eagle. You can just Google it; it'll pop up. But we are getting ready to do a giveaway. And it's going to be really super cool. I can't give it away too much. So this is kind of like talking about the Wordle.
It's vague talk.
Yeah, the Wordle of the day. But let's just say that if you had a character that you made yourself, there'd be a possibility that I would look at that character quite a bit and translate it into lines that look like that character and might move. There we go. I think that was vague enough.
It's so vague. That was great. Yeah.
I'm 4 beers in and a good amount of sipping cream in also. So. Also, I'll say it. I'm going to say it. We're really excited because Donovan and I... Do you want to talk about that cool thing? Maybe we shouldn't talk about that.
I don't know. I'm spending a lot of money on Tuesday. That's what I know.
I'm spending a lot of money on Tuesday too.
A lot of legal obligations and a lot of money being spent on Tuesday.
Who's washing clothes in the bathroom sink?
That's
What?
What? Why?
Gerst has been asleep for this entire time and then raised her hand.
I've actually been awake this whole time.
What? You didn't get up and teabag Brian about the?
Didn't it work? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I did it in the most vague way possible, but somebody in the chat kind of put it in a differently.
Seth is saying, "Is Adler? Is this a roundabout way of seeing you're opening up commissions?" Not exactly.
exactly.
That's a good
But
guess.
you're in the area code
Yeah.
of
You're
what that
in-
is.
Yeah, you're in the city. You're not in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna get something.
There will be
Oh,
someone getting something.
man, you guys need to. That's an innuendo somewhere that's
That is an
waiting to
innuendo
happen.
Is the Vagabond Falcon? Is that Brian's OC? No.
It's too bad. This is so good. This is a good one. Ah!
Bob sounds kind of dirty.
I was say innuendos all around.
That episode won't be dirty. The episode that's coming out next is kind of dirty. Do you know about the next episode? Can I tell you anything about it? You probably heard the word underwear play a billion times.
Well, yeah, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I thought that was like a, I thought that was like a silly like 5th grade joke you were doing, like milk, lemonade around the corner fudge is made. Stick your finger in the hole, out will come a Tootsie Roll, like that sort of stuff.
I'm glad that's what like where you put my humor level.
Did you go to public school or where'd you go?
Did you not
hear that
I
song?
No, I've never heard that song.
Okay, go back to Buska and worship the turtle.
I was gonna say I never heard that phrase, and I mean I graduated with
What?
a class of 74, so like
There was something else that his school they didn't know what phonetics was.
yeah, what the yeah.
All right, so write the word how it sounds. Or like the phonetic spelling of a word. It's what comes after the word in the dictionary. After it tells you what part of speech it is.
Don't know. I know how to grow corn. I know how to do that. I can
tell you if that's a good cow.
I can tell you if that cow's being milked right.
So here's my idea. Like if I would produce one of your suiting videos for your channel. It would be just one-liner, bam, one-liner, bam. Like Blazen just goes, I know how to grow corn.
Boom!
Boom! Next scene.
Boom!
Yes.
Remember how Homestar Runner did like shorts, summer shorts? It would be that.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is the kind of crap that I'm into.
Yeah.
That's sort of something like you could do over a long, tall weekend.
Yes.
Like
it's like the dad cam.
Yeah.
It's like
Wait,
34.
did you show him Austria Day?
No. The Austrian.
We got to wrap this up because I got home movies. So free pack of Natty Ice. Howdy. Noah Brandy says, Howie just arrived. I'm sorry you're coming at the very end of the video. We're going to be wrapping up this in 2 minutes. Part of my past that I want buried. I was really into CKY and Jackass. Because that was back then, so it was based on
Did you know they're coming out with a new Jackass right now?
It's super weird because they're like in their 40s.
Yeah, I'm kind of into it.
You can't get hurt like that anyway.
I don't know though. That makes me want to watch it more.
I think they're older than that.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah, because they were older than.
I think they're in their
Does
early
it still have Steve-O in it?
I'm Steve-O.
I'm gonna
I
say,
think he came back for it.
yeah.
Anyway, I came in at a weird point. Well, no, this is normal for this. Yeah. So thank you for everybody who hang out and had drinks. I did not explode from just chugging whiskey at once. I'm feeling fine.
You're welcome.
You didn't tell a sister Christian in the mid bush.
No, not a Sister Christian, but the Mr. Sloppy. Mr. Sloppy that
Mr.
happens
Sloppy,
at this
that's right.
bar.
Yeah.
You didn't pull a Mr. Sloppy. You're good.
I dig this vibe, this you did a great thing with this basement. It
This
looks
is
like,
this is what I envisioned. You were at the last basement bar.
yeah,
This is what I envisioned.
Do you remember the last basement bar?
yeah,
That
it was, like
It was
dungeon.
murder. It was
the
murder
murder
basement.
basement.
Yeah. I know I said it a million times. I want to get you guys both to my
Yes.
town.
Yeah.
Help me
Yes.
spend YouTube money and make my house, or at least give me a direction, at least for one room, like the
Yeah.
computer room.
Yes.
Yeah.
But half of it, there's just nothing in it
That's his room.
where
Yeah.
to turn it into a place where people want to hang out like this.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have about this amount of space,
Yep.
but it's a weird shape. And I gotta drive to Conshohocken. It's like I gotta drive an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. That
That's
makes
the
sense.
nearest IKEA. Now,
IKEA's 20 minutes for us. So.
Ah, I mean, we could do it. You'd be making a day of it. So we'd have to go to like King of Prussia or something like that to justify it, so I can go to a nice restaurant.
Sounds like a
Yeah,
good
it's the
day.
same couch.
I was gonna say that sounds like a good day trip. Yeah, Tony's got that couch.
Oh, Tony also has that couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought that couch too.
That
because
couch
you
is
guys.
amazing.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's such a good couch.
Anyway, so Bob says, "Can I come hang out at your place?" Yeah, you'll be watching me edit videos in silence. All right, guys. That was a good stream. Thank you for hanging out. I'd love to do this again. Thank you to Donovan and Foster, aka Blazen and Adler. Thank you to everybody who donated to Super Chats. Your money will be very well spent. Honestly, it's probably going to go to my therapist because I'm back in therapy. Thank you to everybody who donates on Patreon. You are helping RCR exist as a larger channel than it really is. Thank you to everybody who watches every Monday. The Monday video is already cut and done, and it is ready to launch. Writing the one after that. I will be in Portland, Oregon in 2 weeks. There isn't going to be a car meet, honestly, but I am looking to fill one more car spot. So if you're in Portland, Oregon, you have something interesting, regularcarreviews@gmail.com. Let me know if you have something cool. And
Yeah, this has been. I know
Tony's been watching squirrel videos for the past
the
hour.
entire time,
For the whole hour.
this is what's been going on the street across the road.
Literally, it's just been a squirrel sitting there eating whatever the hell it is.
This is what you got. What's going on?
Oh. This is what's been happening in the background.
We weren't here this whole time.
Just go ahead.
All right, we're wrapping this up. Anything you guys want to plug? Your social media, stuff like that.
Go subscribe to Adler the Eagle on YouTube.com. Otherwise, check me out on Twitter at the same thing.
I'm Blazing the Dragon on Twitter. I got Patreon as well. I teach about
Oh,
alcohol
yeah?
sometimes. Maybe.
Yeah.
I got 5 patrons. It's great. It pays for a bottle a month.
Nice.
But yeah.
Good night, guys.
Bye. Help some smile day.